What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Today I've got AnimeBackWhen with me, my good friend, also a YouTuber. Alright, so we're just going to talk about whatever. If you guys want to ask questions in the comments, that's fine. No particular topic. I wish this would stop, like, crazy autofocusing. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright. So let me get this shared out real quick. Hey, what's going on, Brotherhood of Nod? What's going on, Isaac? How's everybody's Sunday going today? So, you watch anything good lately? Oh, yeah? How you like that? Ah. Mm. Mm. But that's but that's life though. That's what boxing is. Yeah. Mm. Man, Ippo for me, I was burnt out on anime, and Ippo for me got me back into it. It got me like I was up 6 o'clock in the morning every day jogging. I really liked it. I yeah. Yeah, it got me motivated. But, it's all subjective. Everyone's going to see it different. No audio from the guests. Oh, okay. Thank you. It, no, it's my fault. I got to change that. How do I do that without... Okay, here we go. Okay. Uh, Hold on. I just got to go to the properties here and...
Life, what's up, guys? I recognize them from over on my channel.
Okay, that should be going through fine. Hopefully it sounds all
Guys,
right.
you guys here? You guys hear me?
Yeah, they should hear you. It's coming on my little bar thing here. But I got it, the speaker's coming through my microphone here, so hopefully the audio quality's not bad. I didn't want to. I bought this new
Mm-hmm.
Bose speaker bar. Well, I bought it refurbished on eBay from the
Yeah.
official, and it's really nice. It's great watching anime with nice speakers.
I'm just watching on CRT right now, so
Oh, that's
that
good too.
those they usually have good audio, like better than the TVs now, in my opinion. You know,
I'm not sure.
I know.
I don't really. I'm kind of tone deaf when it comes to that. Like whenever it comes about
Yeah.
people ask Bob, why
Oh
don't
well,
you
I
talk about music and anime? Like,
mm,
I don't know if it's good or bad or
yeah.
not.
hmm Well, I do music, so that's probably has something to do with
Yeah,
why I can hear the difference. So my ears are kind of trained at this point.
you got a better
Uh,
ear. Since we're just starting off, and well, since we are getting the bugs worked out here, why don't you let everybody know what you do with your channel as an introduction, now that
okay,
they can hear you?
sounds good. So for everybody that doesn't know me, I am first of all, just a longtime Bob fan. That's like the number one thing I'll say starting off on this channel. Um, but on my channel, I do particularly the name is Anime Back When, so I particularly do anime from way back when. That was kind of like the play on the name right there. Particularly 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and occasionally the good stuff from the modern day. And I don't really get into any of the deep analysis of this character or that character or whatnot. I just want to share good anime from a certain time that they're trying to pretty much devalue at this point, and I want to do my best to keep them alive. So that's pretty much what I do. Not much different than what Bob does over here. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
he's got a huge anime collection. He knows a lot about anime, but I feel like more anime now are, more older anime are being more appreciated now because we got so many different companies that are licensing it and bringing it over
True.
now. So I
Shout
think
out to
it's,
Discotheque.
yeah, Discotech and a few other, but I think it's great. But we always need
G
more people to
Kids.
talk about these. Yeah, I recently picked up I placed the pre-order for, what is it, Future Boy Conan. from G Kids the other day.
I really want to watch it. I actually used some Conan footage for my steampunk video I put out a few days ago, and because I was looking it up and I saw that was under the steampunk category, and I was like, yo, this looks really good. Like it looks, yeah, I know it's old, but it doesn't look as dated as its year would suggest. It looks really good. So Future Boy Conan.
Just to make sure, you guys can hear the audio, right? Because I just had somebody say that.
I saw them say yeah, they could hear.
Yeah, somebody else said no. Maybe they're further back behind. I don't know. But I watched this. I was planning on. I woke up today, and my plan was to watch a retro anime movie and then make a review for it for tomorrow. But it was. Yeah. I just wasn't feeling it. It was Raunchy Kaiji. It was from 1960, and Isao Takahata was the co-director of it, and I thought it would be pretty cool. But it's
what did he do?
He was the. What else did he do? Well, he's the Isao Takahata is the co-founder of Ghibli. So I last week I did Horus, which was Isao Takahata's director, and Miyazaki as I think is the animation director. So so this I thought would be like pretty good too, but it is really beautiful, but it requires so much like prerequisite knowledge on like Shintoism. So I'm totally lost, and I just didn't think it was that enjoyable, so I decided to skip it.
That happens. I hate when I'm disappointed, because this could lead to burnout if you keep getting disappointed. So I love when I'm on a streak. Yeah. I'm like, this is an 8, this is a 9, this is an 8, this is a 10.
I never have streaks like that, so I guess you're pretty lucky in that regard. But I feel like the worst part about that is like if you're trying to get a video out and the anime's just not good enough, and you're like, I don't want to make a video about this. I gotta find something else within the next like 2 hours.
Oh yeah, because you're doing it daily, so it's kind of life or death at that point for you.
That's not too bad because there's plenty of like shorter shows. I bought this calendar here that I've been keeping up with and filling things out on, and I've got all the way like in and out of through October. So there's plenty of things that I have planned to watch, and I'm really happy with this. It's busy. It's very busy, but it's very fun at the same time.
Yeah, like I was telling you the other day, like it seems like you're having a lot of fun with it, so that's why I hit you and I was like, just keep going, because I know what it's like when you're entrenched into something, and it's kind of all you're thinking about around the clock every day from months. So yeah, I'm looking at some of these comments. Somebody said I watched Future Boy Conan 18 years ago.
Yeah, we're behind. Wow. Or I am anyway.
I was 7.
Hey, Last Life, welcome to the stream. So, are you planning on watching any of the new seasonal shows coming up, or are you just sticking to some of the retro shows?
I don't know what's coming out, but anything that catches me, because like for example, like I watched a show last year called early this year called Apare Ranmin. It was a steampunk anime from 2020, right? And this guy named Mother's Basement, who does videos, but he more does targeted video. He's probably the biggest anime YouTuber probably for the modern stuff. I saw his video, and the art style just looked like something I'd be interested in. So I just went and I watched the first episode, and then I ended up watching the whole thing.
That was good.
And then I never watched another modern anime. A year later, I haven't watched another one.
There's been a lot of good ones.
So I'm not against. I don't know if people think I'm against modern anime. It's just whatever I feel compelled to, and it's just like there's a lot of stuff I haven't seen from 10, 20, 30 years ago that I'm just more compelled towards.
Yeah, there's no rush really, because there's like you have your whole life, and you're never gonna finish everything. So
exactly. So what about you? You just said you got a list.
So I have in October. I started a new channel, but I haven't uploaded anything yet. I have on October. I'm gonna start doing episode discussion videos next month on the other channel, and I'm gonna have maybe.
You made a new one, or is it Samurai Plus?
It's called. Well, I made a new one. I just thought like I deal with enough dead subs on this channel, so I'm just gonna start a new one and see how that goes. But I called it BobSamurai Seasonal Anime, and I got like 2 to 3 episodes a day, and I'll probably drop a few
Yeah.
of them after a couple weeks, and then of course it'll be the same schedule on my main channel. I just don't want to spoil people with the thumbnails. That's all. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Should be good. That should be a good way to bring some awareness to the brand because at some point or another, the targeted stuff like the seasonal, you know what I mean, the stuff that everybody's looking for or talking about, at some point that seems to, trigger the algorithm.
I mean, I just think
At some
about
point, if you do it long enough.
I just think about being able to make the reviews quicker because if I've already seen all the episodes and gathered all the clips, by the time they end, I can just review it quicker. That's really all I'm thinking about.
True.
But have you collected anything lately? You pick up any anime?
Yep. Let me think back. Actually, I'll just open my my eBay and Amazon here, and I can tell you exactly what I bought.
Bought so much you can't remember.
I actually don't buy a lot often, but I'll buy like a chunk this month, and then I won't buy anything for like 6 months. So it's just a time right now where I've been collecting Pat Labor. So I have the whole the whole Pat Labor now. The EPO, the old rare EPO sets because they're putting it out on Blu Ray now.
Oh yeah.
Discotheque. So those became kind of rare, or those became kind of cheap again because it was rare for a while. So
yeah,
I got those.
Price comes down.
Let me check my Amazon real quick. Record of Lotus War TV series. Because I still haven't seen it yet because I have the OVA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That art style's real nice.
For the TV series or the original? The OVA?
I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen them. All I remember is just I really like the art style of it. Because I'm big on fantasy, so it doesn't take much to do it for me.
Well, Record of Lotus War is like I always call it the Dungeons and the unofficial anime for Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
or
about
like
right.
those MMOs that came out in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
That was like the precursor.
Well, they had games
Dagger
and stuff
of Kamui.
too. Dagger of Kamui, yeah. But I had some really bad. Have you watched that one yet?
Kamui?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it like a few weeks ago.
Oh, on the DVD. Did you have problems with yours?
It was just way too long, man. It was too long.
Yeah, it's kind of long.
Did I have an issue with the DVD?
Yeah, my DVD just looks. It looks terrible. The picture quality just looks bad.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I don't know. I watched it in the CRT, so
yeah.
I don't know if.
Well, it's just fuzzy and everything. But I watched it the first time, didn't really care for it. Then I watched it again in HD because there's like 1080p remasters out, and it's amazing. It's a huge difference.
I also sold off a lot of stuff too.
Yeah,
that's another thing. So
you need space.
I got rid of Bakano. The rare anime legends set or anime classic set. I got rid of that for like 100, and just got rid of a bunch of one blind buys that I'll never watch again.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I get a lot of those too. I tried to sell some of the things in my collection. Some things were successful, but other things I feel bad listing it for like $5 because I was just thinking like I'd rather just keep it and have it to look at, even though I don't really care for it that much. But certain things like the Evangelion silver DVDs, I knew they were going to get a Blu-ray at some point, so I figured may as well sell it before it goes like under in terms of price, which I should have done with my Gundam back in the day, because I could have had a whole car with that.
I actually have a quick story for the platinum. I actually posted my platinum set with Death and Rebirth and the End of Eva, right? I posted it for $350, and somebody actually bought it. $350 and like $30-some is shipping.
Man,
and someone actually bought it.
It's crazy some of the things that people will pay.
And I don't know what it was. I just couldn't part with it, and I just canceled I just canceled it. I was like, I can't. And then I relisted it for like $600, and I said, okay, if somebody buys it for this much, then I'll let it go. But I couldn't bring myself to sell it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
I don't know. Even though I got the set for $20, because there's this one seller. I don't know if they're like a used store somewhere in Georgia, on Amazon, like a third-party seller, and they always sell box sets for the same price. Whenever they get stuff in at random, they sell it for $24. And then like $3 shipping.
Oh, so I need to find out what that is.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the name. Um, and I always type their name in on Amazon, and then it'll show like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It'll pick up their name in a lot of used stuff, and sometimes they get random things in. Sometimes they get rare things in that are like, if they don't have it, or if somebody buys it, it's gonna go back up to like $600. Again, like nobody has it, but they get it
Man.
and they sell it for $20, and it's like first come first serve. So that's how I
Man.
got that. So that's why I didn't want to let it go.
Yeah, I'd love to get back into
But
really collecting again like I used to. It's just hard to see it as really that great of an investment compared to other things that are going
it's
on right
not.
now.
It's not. That's why I started selling stuff that I don't like, and only buying
Yeah.
stuff that I know is gonna be valuable to me. But yeah,
So I had Anohana. I bought that. Have you ever seen Anohana?
I think I heard you tell the story that you listed it for some crazy price
Yeah,
and
I
it
listed
sold.
it for a crazy
Yeah.
price. It was like 300, or it might be accurate. It's probably cost more than that now because it was a limited run. And I like the anime, but I just didn't like it enough to have that really awkward shaped box because I didn't have anywhere to put it.
Mm,
So I just listed it, and
mm,
it's just sat there for like 6 months, and eventually it sold for like $300, and or maybe more than that. And I was just surprised. But it's crazy some of the
wow,
things that some of the prices that people will pay for things because sometimes I'll have
it's
some
true.
is something on my eBay store that will sell, and I just think, why would somebody buy this? Like I had,
Mm,
I remember I would go through the thrift store back when I was doing a lot of eBay, and I would just buy tons of clothing in just bulk, and I'd get it for like $1 a piece. And some of the things I
mm,
could sell it for like $5, which is $5 is hardly even worth your time. But when you only buy it for $1, you just take two pictures of it, throw it up on there, it's fine. But
you might as
somebody in,
well.
yeah,
But
it'll
then
be
you got to
like,
take it to the post office, and
I just, you
that's
can just drop
gas.
it off at
You
any
know what I mean?
mailbox. They come to you to pick it up. But sometimes people in Canada, they'll buy like a $5 pair of shorts, and it's not even a big brand, but they'll pay like $20 in shipping, and it's like a used pair of shorts.
Yeah, a lot of Canadian. I noticed that a lot of people over here they buy things for, and the conversion rate is crazy. By the
Yeah,
way, so if it's $20 of shipping, they're paying like $28 or something like that. In
yeah,
our, it's ridiculous. So,
yeah. But the great
but I've
thing is
sold
like
some things.
you get
Hmm.
commercial rates because I have a business. I get commercial rates, so they pay 30, 20, thirty
Okay.
dollars in shipping. I pay like 10. So that's like I pay $1 for something, and then I get like $20 in profits from it. And
Profit.
I message them like, "Hey,
It's
let me
true.
refund you the shipping," and they just don't respond.
Mm.
So, but it's crazy.
I don't know. People are weird. People pay for things for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like I had I from this pawn shop I used to work at. I had this rare collector set of Desperate Housewives.
Uh-huh.
If you ever heard of that show,
Yeah, I've heard of it,
and
but I've never seen it.
I bought it for like $5 from them because I looked it up and I saw it going for like two something.
Mhm.
And I actually intended to watch it, and I watched like the first 3 seasons, and it was pretty good. Is you know these hot milfs, pretty much with husbands that
Yeah.
kind of cheat around, or yeah, that type of stuff, like middle class suburban drama,
Yeah.
housewife drama. So it was whatever. Just watched it, enjoyed the first 3 seasons. Then it got boring, so I listed it for like $150, and somebody bought it.
Wow.
So you know,
Man,
in
I
the
was kicking
first like
myself.
day.
Mhm. I was kicking myself in the butt the other day because we were in the Patreon chat and they were telling me about some some PS2 game they were trying to collect. And I was like, man, I wish I had known that you wanted that. I could have gave it to you, but I donated it to Goodwill because I didn't have a case for it.
Hmm.
They're like, dude, that game sells for like $100 nowadays without even the case. I
Wait,
just
which
gave it
game
away.
again?
It was some Dragon Ball Z game. I don't know. It was like one of the
Oh,
Budokai
for
games.
what system? It might
PS2.
have been Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Yeah, it was that one. Uh huh.
That's the most expensive one yet.
Because I
So
never
hold
even
on one
played
second.
those games on PS2. Mm.
Somebody said I love the Kishin Zenki, but it doesn't have an official English translation. Are you talking about Zenki like the anime?
Yeah, there's a dub to
If
that.
you ta- I hate that anime.
I hate the
That's one of
dub.
the ones I sold. Yeah,
It,
that's one of the ones I sold.
a viewer
Oh,
gave it to
hey,
me.
shout out to Tal. Hey, Tal.
Yeah, a viewer
I
gave
see
me
Tal all the time
Zenki,
on
and the English dub to it is totally obnoxious. But the sub's not so bad.
Mm.
But it's just like the content of it is hard to. It's just not that,
Mm-hmm.
intriguing for me, I guess. But I just
It's
gotta
too
wait for the
long, and
right
it's
time
too
to watch it.
long for what it is. It's too
Yeah,
long. It could have been a cool like little OVA or something, but
definitely.
a 50 episode series. Yeah.
Yeah, Arslan Sinki. I want to watch Arslan Sinki and review that. That's been on my list for a long time. The old 3 or 6
That
episode OVA.
yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a U.S. manga like release, like one of those U.S. manga or Central Park Media DVD
Yeah,
from back in the early 2000s.
I just remember the art style
Mm,
to it. It was really
yeah,
nice.
let me look it up real
Then there's
quick.
a new Arslan. I don't think that did too well. I don't hear too many people talk about that.
They did a new one.
Yeah, there was a
Oh,
new
I know
one.
this one. I know this one. Oh, there's a new one that came out in like 2015.
Yeah.
Okay, by Period. Period did it.
Where in USA am I? I'm in Virginia.
VA.
Yeah.
Oh, 91 was when the first. See, I was right. Central Park Media had
Mm.
the license.
You really know your stuff when it comes to like anime releases.
Yeah, I 2016 and 17. I spent a lot of time at home and in class in college, just on Amazon, just looking through things, watching collection videos.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was just those 2 years. I was just entrenched into collecting, so I just gained a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, I used to do
You know.
that too. Just search for all the seasons and stuff. Sometimes I would buy the
Hmm.
nice chipboard box set and I would just put the collection into
The
it, just so it'll look better
I've
on the shelf.
replaced
Yeah.
I've replaced a lot of stuff from my collection that I had, like just the regular, like maybe they might have done like a nice collector's one at first, like a
Hmm.
chipboard box or a thin pack, and then maybe I would have ended up with like the after release, the economical one that's just like a DVD case.
Yeah.
And I always would find it for cheap, like the original box set, like the chipboard box, and then I would sell it off and replace. I always used to do that.
You could also just buy the individual sleeves, like the DVD cases without the DVDs in them, because in most cases those value packs have the same exact DVD on the inside. They just like repackage the outside and combine them, so it's the same DVD on the inside as it would be in the
Mm.
regular set, or at least in my experience.
Somebody said, anime, are you a fan of any of the Gundam series? Man, I'm a big Gundam. I have damn near all the Gundam on my shelf. It's just that I had a bad taste in my mouth actually after I did a Zeta Gundam review. And it was because at the time I didn't know, like this was
That's
early
a
in doing
dark
videos. I
anime.
didn't know that, yeah, for real. I didn't know that you have to cut down your clips to like no more than maybe 10 seconds
Yeah.
of the anime. So I had like a minute 30 straight seconds of a clip in there, and it built this thing in my, and then Bandai took it off. So it built this thing in my mind where I thought like, okay, Gundam is not a good Gundam is kind of like Ghibli. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When it comes to footage, they'll just take your video down. So for a long time I thought that just leave Gundam alone. Don't talk about Gundam on here because it's gonna get me a strike. But I'll
It
talk
can
about
feel
Gundam.
that
I'm a
way.
big fan of Gundam. Eighth MS team is my favorite.
Yeah, mine.
Gundam.
It's a great
Mm,
series. You ever build any Gundam model kits?
never.
Uh,
Probably never will.
I'm thinking about streaming
that
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 sometime soon. I don't know if I'll have time to
I'd
do it,
watch
but
it.
yeah. So
I'd watch that.
I got like a thing that'll hold the webcam down to like this mat that I bought and it's coming in. And I want to paint some of them,
Mm,
so it'll take me like maybe a month or a couple months to finish this one kit, and like an hour every couple times a week or something like that. I think that'll be pretty
yeah.
cool.
I don't know. I just don't have that kind of discipline to like take my time to
Yeah.
figure out which piece goes where, and just I don't know. That's just not something
Oh, it's
but I
super
would watch.
easy.
I would watch you do it.
Yeah. Well, you
I'd
see me
watch
do
you
it,
do
you'll
it.
see how easy
If
it is. But I don't
mm,
know, just something I think might be fun.
I only seen Gundam 00 so far. That's one of the
Hero,
ones that I haven't actually watched.
Gundam Double O.
I
If
have
you
it
like
over here
Wing,
on the
you
shelf.
probably like
Yeah.
that.
Because I didn't like Wing at all. So we'll see.
Have both of you seen Monster? Yeah, I've seen Monster. I was pretty critical in it, my review, like unnecessarily critical,
Mhm.
but for the most part, like I rewatched it and gave it a 10 because it was just, I realized how great it was. But have you seen Monster?
I watched the first. I was sick one day. I stayed home from school in like 11th grade. So this is what 2013,
Hmm.
and I watched like the first maybe 13 episodes straight, binged it straight, and then I don't know what it was. I just fell out of it and never watched it again.
It's kind of like that when
And
you're
I
sick.
really enjoyed it. If I watched the 13 episodes straight, I was enjoying it, but I don't know. I just fell out of it. Um, and then they only put out one box set for it
Hmm.
and canceled it from Viz. So that's why I never really,
Yeah,
you know. But Master Keaton is like one of my favorite anime, and
I've been meaning to
shout
check
out to
that out.
Naoki Urasawa. Keaton
Yeah.
and Tenma. I think that's the main character from Monster, right?
Hmm.
Tenma.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, they're just like the same, almost the same person, but just different stories.
Is Keaton dubbed?
Keaton is dubbed. Keaton is dubbed.
That's
Um,
nice.
and also Keaton is episodic. You know what I mean? So Keaton, you get that. I don't know. People don't like episodic shows sometimes, but I think episodic is very good sometimes because you might not like this story, but you might like the story of the next episode.
Yeah, it really depends on
Especially
the
when it's
type of
like these
anime.
mature, especially these mature type, because that it's definitely more on the mature side, like for an adult. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The guy works for an insurance fraud company. So yeah. Where does Gundam versus Hello Kitty rank in the franchise?
That's number
Is
one.
that a troll?
No, is light. He's been a long time viewer. He's actually on my Patreon too. Patreon Discord channel. He's the one
Mm.
who recommended the one I just reviewed, Battle Royale High School. He's got a pretty awesome taste
Mm.
in anime and
I
also.
have that. I have that over there.
Oh, you
Actually, I
have it?
commented on your video. I didn't.
Yeah, I
I don't
saw.
remember I don't remember what I thought about it. But I remember the action was pretty, crazy.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't expecting
Any
that at all.
Go mm, any Go 13 fans? I still haven't seen it, but I really want to.
I watched that. The only Google
Really
I've
want
seen
to.
the first episode, and then I saw Queen Bee the movie. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Anyone interested in the live action Gundam coming out? Not really.
There's a live.
But if
I
they,
forgot. Is there a live action Gundam coming out? I don't keep
if
up with it.
if it comes out and people are saying it's good, I'll check it out though.
Yeah, I don't really keep up
G
with live
Gundam
action
Zoids,
stuff.
me neither. G Gundam Zoids, Gal Gaigar, and Gurren Lagann are my favorite mecha anime.
Man, I was watching Gal Gaigar recently, and I was planning on reviewing it,
I
and then I got
love the
sidetracked.
art style, man.
Yeah, me too.
I love the art style. I love how it looks. I haven't seen it, but I love how it looks. It looks
Yeah.
amazing.
The only thing I don't
The
like about it
designs and
is it's got these flashing lights, and
yeah, is
it
it
gives you a headache
childish?
sometimes. I don't know who in Japan is like, man, you know what? This needs rapidly flashing lights. I really like that. Who likes that?
They did that a lot in the 90s, man, with a lot of these edgy OVAs and stuff like that. They
Yeah,
did a lot of that white flickering lights to
yeah.
get people with epilepsy
Well, I don't think they didn't do
in
it
the
on
episode.
purpose. They just that for some reason
I
that
know.
I would love to know. They thought it was cool. I'd love to know why they thought it was cool, but it is not. But Gal
I've never
Gaigar
seen
is
it, haven't
the
seen it.
most anime I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Space Dandy? That's not something I was ever interested in
I've
watching
never seen it.
personally.
I don't have anything
Me
against
neither.
it. I just never got around to it.
What do you, One Piece is getting a Netflix adaptation.
Hmm.
Okay. I don't know how that's gonna translate. A live action pirate. Maybe it'll be good. Master Keaton is a 10. I agree.
I need to check
Kept
it out
hearing so
then.
much about Monster. Hmm?
I need to check out Master Keaton. And how long is it? How many episodes?
It's about 39 episodes.
So that would
Yeah.
take quite a while for me to finish. I don't
I
even
would,
know how I'm going to
I
watch
would,
longer shows.
I would say maybe you could watch if you enjoy it. If you start 1 or 2 episodes and you enjoy it, you could try an episode or two, maybe 3 episodes a day,
Yeah, that's
and after a couple of weeks, because it's
yeah,
episodic, so you don't gotta worry about where you're gonna leave off in the story and trying to remember
yeah, that's a
and
good
trying to
point.
be so critical.
Yeah, I try. I
Yeah.
really am self-conscious about forgetting things because it's very easy for me to forget things. So I just like marathon the anime, Usually.
And me just knowing that me and you have similar taste,
Mm,
like that's why I would recommend
yeah.
um that approaching it that way because you'd like it.
Thoughts on
What are
Mermaid
some common
Forest?
anime
Forest.
tropes? Hmm?
Well, I've seen
Go ahead,
Mermaid
man.
Forest. I've reviewed it. Have you seen Mermaid Forest?
Yep, I've seen Mermaid Forest, Mermaid Sky, the two OVAs from back in the day, and I saw the TV series.
Mm.
Um, at a horrible time. Like I think I was like going through some breakup at the time, I
Oh
think,
yeah, that'll do it.
or just some. You everybody kind of been through that, where
Yeah,
your brain is not your brain in the right place,
yeah,
and I remember watching it and just not being present. But
yeah,
I do remember really liking the art style. I really liked the way it was directed. I like the mute. Like I like the vibe, like the
yeah.
suspense and stuff like that. You know.
Wish they would have continued it.
Hmm.
Anime makes
Yeah.
people
Well, it
cry.
was only like 13 episodes.
Yeah, they needed much more of that. But then again, the manga just she forgot she was making it
Hmm.
apparently. Anime that makes people cry. Angel Beats, Anohana, Clannad, etc. Was that connected? It sounds like it's
Grave of the
connected.
Fireflies.
Grave of the Fireflies. I never want to watch that movie again.
I just watched a video about top like Ghibli movies, and somebody said that in their video. Somebody was like, "It's the type of movie you don't want to watch a second time."
Yeah, well, I've seen it like 4 times. My camera froze. Um,
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't
uh,
want to skip this guy's comment.
okay, well, I'm audio for the time being until I can fix the webcam thing. I don't know what's up with this.
You there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you. I just don't see
Yeah.
your screen is loading, but I'll keep talking. What are some common anime tropes you think should no longer be present nowadays? For me, it's excessive fan service. Uh, I agree. I guess on the fan
Hold up. I can't. It's your audio paused for a second. I don't know what's up. Maybe I'm having
the whole
connection
isekai thing
issues
now.
or something.
I mean, let me. Do you guys still hear Bob? Or
Yeah, I guess they can hear me because it's just the webcam. I just disable it and
maybe
re-enable it.
turn. Yeah, maybe turn it off. Or did you did that already?
Yeah, I did it already, and I just keep turning it on, turning it back off again, and I don't know.
Captain Laser Eyes. Laser Eye. He said I prefer episodic shows like Kino's Journey and Mushishi. I still, believe it or not, I still haven't seen Kino's Journey,
Oh, it's great.
either of them, and I know I'm gonna like it. And Mushishi, that was another one I watched during that period of time too, and I just totally missed out on what I was supposed to get out of it. But I do remember like the animation and some of the climaxes of the episodes were crazy
Mm-hmm.
from Mushishi. What happened to you, man? You gone?
I'm still here. I'm just trying to get my webcam working.
Well,
It's embarrassing. I'm on the stream.
long as we can hear you, it's not terrible. We'll figure it out.
All right, turn it back on again. See if this works. Might have to restart
Ooh,
Discord or
that
something.
Battle Royale High School is a fun. Night Saber Hero got the NES game for GoGo 13. That's about it in terms of experience. Um, Mashoku Tensei. That sounds familiar.
Okay, maybe I have a solution for this. Maybe I can turn on the cam,
Hmm.
turn off, turn off the camera here, turn on the camera here.
I heard of Terra E.
Have you seen the newer one, like the 2000s one?
Nah, nah. Wait, what's it called?
Toward the Terra.
Oh, I thought that. Yeah, I thought that was what. Cause at one point I was gonna order that actually.
Oh, it's
I was
great.
gonna
Just don't
order
watch the
that, but
dub.
I heard it's very like I heard it's it over delivers. Um, when you like put it up against its popularity and whatnot and its exposure, I heard it's like really good. Wolf's
Okay.
Rain is underrated. Yeah, Wolf's Rain is great. It kind of
Oh,
lost me somewhere.
there we are.
Okay, there you are. Welcome back.
Yeah, I have a really old webcam. Like all my equipment is like super old, except for like my new video stuff, and it
Oh,
just
we're
doesn't work
using the
right.
same. Are those Audio Technica?
Yeah, this is yeah.
Yeah,
Audio.
we're using the same headphones.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
This
They're
headphones are really
really
nice.
good.
I just don't like to wear headphones. I feel like it's just. I have a really bad Bluetooth connection on my computer, so I have to use the
Mm.
TRS cable.
Um, yeah. To the guys talking about Wolf's Rain, yeah, I thought Wolf's Rain was really good.
I need
I
to
do think it
rewatch
got
that.
weaker. Uh, yeah, you should watch it. It's really good.
Well, I've seen
It
it.
does get
I've
weaker
reviewed
towards the
it,
end.
but I just need to redo it because I didn't.
Mm.
Apparently, I didn't pay attention because there was something that I didn't get. I don't know what it was. Well, I know what it was, but I don't know
No, I know.
why I missed out on that fact.
I know what they're talking about, but this is where I said it kind of lost me at the end because
Hey,
I
mm,
had to watch a review to figure that out. So
please tell me how to find anime that are 10 episodes or less. Finding them on Mal is difficult. Also, what will you do if you run out of short anime? I'll never run out of short anime, and if I ever do, I will just switch to like doing 3 videos a week and just do nothing but 12-episode anime or something like that. But how do I find them? I just go through, like, if you watch my video, how to get over anime burnout and also find the best anime for you, I talk about a really long method that I use to find my hundreds and hundreds of anime, and it'll take you years to get through it that way, but it's the only like really good way to get through it, in my opinion.
also, bro, don't focus on I gotta find short anime. I gotta find short
Yeah,
anime. Just watch anime because a lot of times you'll find out some of these longer shows have like short OVAs. You know what I
yeah,
mean? That might have predated them or it might have came out afterwards. So you can find short anime that way. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Isaac just mentioned Pet Shop of Horrors. I found out about Pet Shop of Horrors, messing around with Vampire Princess Miyu, and Pet Shop of Horrors kind of ended up coming up along with XXX Holic, Triple X Holic.
mm,
They all were like shows that people said were relatable. So just watch anime that intrigue you,
yeah.
and long anime, medium anime, and old anime will or and short anime will all just constantly come up. But you're
It
stressing yourself out, trying to be so narrow like that.
well, it just depends on how much time you have. Like, if you only got like a certain amount of time, I do the movies and OVAs every single day
Mm,
because I always review a series every single week anyway. So I figured, why not do that?
mm.
Choose anime based on
Promoting
your
high
mood
school.
all the time. I just kind of look at the cover and say, does this sound interesting? And I just make a decision based off that.
Yeah. Like sometimes you might look at something and might be, I'm good. And then you might get really intrigued by it 6 months later.
Exactly.
Just it's just incredible how your mood dictates everything.
Theodore asks, have you seen Planet Test? I have a review
Yeah,
on it.
I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna bring that up.
Have you
On
seen it?
I haven't seen it. I want to.
Oh, it's great.
I heard it was a really good show. That and another show that's similar that's supposed to be similar called Moonlight Mile,
Oh,
about two brothers that are or two friends or whatever, best friends that are trying to get into space,
uh-huh.
and one of them take the government route, some government uh official NASA I guess type of route, and the other one takes some, I don't know, I wouldn't say illegal, but like a more rebels approach, and then they end up crossing paths.
Yeah. I have
Um,
that on my
I know Planetes
collection.
is probably more. I know Planetes is probably more lighthearted, like more about
It starts
what
off
was it like
lighthearted.
cleaning up? Oh, like what were they doing in the beginning? Like cleaning up.
Yeah, they're just cleaning up trash in orbit,
Mm,
orbital debris. But it something happens and it gets kind of serious.
I'm gonna check it out. What are your guys' definition of anime? My definition of anime, if you want to be broad, is animation.
Yeah.
But my definition of anime, like in the context of what we're all talking about, me, Bob, and all of you guys that are watching, It's Japanese. It's a Japanese perspective and take on animation. Personally, that's
Yeah,
how I see it.
that's what I consider just animation, but I just prefer the Japanese animation. But I have nothing against I love Avatar. There's plenty of great French anime. There's some from the same French director that are just so weird. Um,
Yeah.
I forget the name of him and the anime he made, but or the animation that he made. But I actually have coming up next this week. I've got some on my calendar right now. I don't know if it'll pan out, but I got link click or click link or whatever people recommended that sounded interesting to me. That's a Chinese animation, and then I got on Tuesday I got some other Chinese anime. I'm gonna cover that. So it just looked interesting, something a little different. Switch things up. But if they suck, I won't
There's
join.
a Canadian anime based on, I forgot the guy's name. I have the computer here, so I'll look it up. There's a it's a Canadian delivered anime from the late 90s. It came out in 1998 called Redwall. And basically it does the whole anthropomorphism thing. And it's basically like a fantasy, like medieval times type of anime with a bunch of like rabbits and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it was a Canadian
bunch of rabbits.
anime,
Oh, a Watership Down?
No, it's called Redwall.
Oh, Redwall. Oh, okay.
Redwall,
you had me on rabbits.
But I know it aired in America.
Oh, okay.
I know it aired in America, yeah. And it was based on a book series from a guy named Brian Geass. And yeah, they were from, and he's from the UK.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. So,
yeah, it's really. I mean, the first season was pretty childish, because it was geared towards children. So the first season, but it is like an animation, like it is a story, like it's a whole story.
Yeah.
And then the second season is based on a different book, but it's the same. You know what I mean? It's the same humanized rabbits concept. And then I heard the third season is supposed to be like very serious, but it's Canadian. Like it was a bunch of Canadian. It was a Canadian studio that put it together, and it's really good.
Yeah, it sounds pretty interesting.
But yeah, like I take anime. I take anime as the broad stance, just animation. But I think the context that he's asking, I think Japanese animation.
Planet Test and Vinland Saga are by the same mangaka. I did not know that.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I can't remember if I read the Planet Test manga or not, because I was really into the anime when I reviewed that, especially with that ending. Wow.
Terror and Resonance, The Big O, and Technolize are some great anime. Technolize, is that done by the same as Lane? Or no? Or did I just make that up?
No, it's not.
Okay. Or the same studio that did Lane?
I don't know about that. I couldn't tell you, but people like to compare. I think he did the character design. I think he did a few character designs or something. Whoa, Isaac. Just watch what you're interested in. Anime has something for everyone. My favorite so far, Pet Shop of Horrors. Tanaka-kun is always listless. Chobits, Ghost Stories, dub. Of course, Ghost Stories with the dub. Kaiji, Domain of Murder. Oh, sweet. I reviewed Domain of Murder a few weeks ago, and he's seen it too. He likes it too. And if you give him maybe...
Hedgehog.
Thank you, Isaac. I'm going to add you to the credits. I'm adding people that donate, like, a decent amount to the credits at the end of the videos. So I consider basically the same thing as joining the Patreon or whatever in terms of being on the credits. But yeah, thank you, and Zach, so much. Tanaka-kun is always listless. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, they're not related shows in any way. So I don't know where I got that from.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at it on Mal now. Yeah, Pet Shop.
You think anime is becoming less of a niche thing in the West? I do.
Yeah.
Because now you have like regular people just say, yeah, I watch anime.
Yeah,
and,
it's
like,
in theaters.
Just seen Hunter x Hunter on Netflix. I remember Redwall. I didn't know it was an anime. It's not an anime realistically, but I would consider it You know what I mean? It like I wouldn't be surprised if whoever put it together
Lean and
took some nods
technology.
from the Japanese. Uh, I heard Digimon the later seasons were pretty serious. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, from the same creator. What was I thinking about? Because they are from the same creator, you're right. Yasuyuki Ueda. I
Oh, they
didn't.
are.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was I
I
thinking
thought so.
about? There's.
Haibane Renmei. Is it Haibane Renmei? Cause I know that's another
Yeah, okay, so he's done a lot of really good anime, or he's the original creator of a lot of good anime. Haibane Renmei, Ergo Proxy. Um,
I was gonna say Ergo Proxy too, but I didn't feel like they looked the same.
okay, so I was thinking about
Yoshitoshi Abe.
Yoshitoshi Abe. Don't a lot of people just. Is he the character
Nay under
designer?
7, he did that too.
Yeah, he did that. But
That's another one I got over there. That's a cool one.
if I'm trying to think because I remember years back people were crediting Yoshitoshi Abe to the story portions of a lot of anime that he didn't work on, and I felt
Mm-hmm.
like that was unfair to the real creators. And I got the names mixed up, but he did like the character designs for a lot of things. He also Yoshitoshi Abe didn't he also do the Misaki for the cover of Welcome to the NHK novel? Or am I thinking?
Not sure. I'm not sure. I don't stress over the length of an anime and watch any anime that intrigues unless I'm very busy, which is why I asked the question. Thank you for the response. It's helpful. No problem, man. No
It's hard
problem.
for me to keep up with Japanese names. Like there's a few of them. Like I try and
Yeah.
keep up with the people. I recognize them by the work, and I like if I'm looking at the profile, I'll know the face and I'll know their name. But a lot of the people, I'll need to look at their profiles in order to remember.
Hmm.
I'm just bad with names and faces.
Don't forget to smash the like button. Yes, sir, Amar.
Hmm. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the stream.
Best shonen you ever seen? Yu Yu
Dokusen
Hakusho.
apartment. Dokusen apartment. I don't think I've heard of that one, or maybe I have. I'd have to see it.
Oh, the
Oh,
director of Technolize did Steins Gate.
yeah, I've heard of this. I've seen the cover of that. The director of Technolize at Steins Gate. Maybe I should rewatch Steins Gate. I don't think I was
Yeah,
really a favorite
I've
of
been
the
thinking
anime.
about it because I really didn't like it the first time I saw
I
it.
didn't like it either. I love the opening song to it though.
Mm.
Yeah, but Dokusen apartment. This looks pretty wild actually.
The anime nobody understands, Evangelion. I understand it.
Stream offline? It shouldn't be offline. It looks fine to me. Maybe you need to refresh. What you can't hear that. Abe created
Abe
Habane
created,
Renmei and Nia
and
Under
you got that.
7 did character design. Yeah, okay, that's right. Nia Under 7.
And Fahad has the Habane Renmei artwork in his picture. That's Habane Renmei.
Yeah. Man, Habane Renmei was pretty awesome.
Drax, what's up, Drax? Frederick said, "Goat Code Geass is the goat." Okay, if that's how you feel.
I want to rewatch that too at some point. Everybody
I
loves to hate
tried. I
on
didn't
Code
like it.
Geass lately. I don't get it. People go through this phase of like, or maybe I'm just attributing the voices of a few people with the entire community or something like that. Because it's like that. You hear so many people say the same thing over and over again. But people love to love an anime when it first comes out, and after a few years, after somebody memes it or whatever, like that anime, it's for kids. You know, it sucks. The writing's terrible.
I don't know. I didn't get out of it what I because they always compared it to Death Note early on.
Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
compared it to Death
That's in
Note too,
terms.
but there wasn't a lot of
Yeah,
Death Note anime that were comparable.
I didn't feel. I didn't feel. Actually, that's another one I kind of want to rewatch
Yeah,
because
I've
I
seen Death
actually
Note.
haven't watched Death Note as much as other people have.
I've seen it like 6 times.
Yeah, see, I've seen it twice, like two and a half. So
Yeah, man, Death Note. I
can
would
you
watch that in
review?
one sitting.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, for me, I had a hard time rewatching it because I didn't like what happened after L died. I actually hate
yeah,
the
watch
show
out with
after L
spoilers
dies.
just in case somebody here hasn't seen it. But I think everybody's seen that one.
Oh,
Yeah, But I don't think, we got 32 people in here.
My bad.
Probably everybody's seen it. But I'm just saying,
My
like, for
bad.
future cases with other anime. But yeah, the second half of the show,
My
I didn't
bad.
care for that too much.
Hmm.
Guama is a mad scientist. All
Toriko is the
listless.
best shonen. Who, Theodore? Are you joking, or
What's the best
do you
shonen?
really believe that? He said Theodore said Toriko is the best shonen.
I watched some of
That's
that. It was
that
pretty
food.
fun.
It's pretty good. I remember when it was new. Like I
Can I
remember
review?
watching it weekly.
Can I review Akagi from the same mangaka as Kaiji? I was actually watching that, and it just I couldn't get into it because I don't know the rules of shogi. Like I was watching it, and the person I was watching it with, she was explaining all the rules of shogi to me, and it was like I was kind of getting it, but we'd have to stop every so often, and I'd have to have
Hmm.
the rules explained to me because it's not like Kaiji.
Shogi.
Yeah, because it's a real world game that people play, but in Kaiji they use games that everyone knows, and then they still explain it a little bit too much. But Akagi, they give you a game that not everybody plays, and then they don't explain it that well.
Mm. I don't really care for the live action Bebop.
Yeah, I'm not really interested. Like, I hope they do a good job just for the sake of the effort that they're
The
putting into
Bebop
it. But
brand.
if it's not anime, then I really don't care. Though, sometimes I play games and stuff, but for the most part lately, it's all about anime.
Mm. For lately, I haven't been into games, man. Like the last three
No.
years. I don't know what it. Have you ever had that before? I've been meaning to ask. Like,
Well, yeah, I don't really play
I,
games that much. Like, I bought the
yeah,
new
it's
graphics
literally
card,
like,
and I still haven't
yeah.
played a game longer than 10 minutes. But lately,
That's
I
all I've been.
do.
That's all I was gonna say.
Well, I bought a
Cause I
new.
remember a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
I remember a couple of years ago you had a video where you were like you were addicted to games. Like you were playing a
Yeah, I
lot of.
do have. That never went away. Like, I have a serious problem when it comes to certain games. Like,
Hmm.
I would just spend my entire life on doing it. The way that I work on videos now is the way that I play games. Then, as soon as I wake up and until I go to sleep, like every single day.
Sometimes I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind to get that experience again that I had when I was like 13.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but I just
But
think about it.
sometimes I find myself I
Mm.
put stuff in and I can't get past like 2 minutes, 6 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I'd like to enjoy gaming on that level again. Even though
yeah.
it's kind of a waste of time if you're gonna do it that long.
Well, it really depends on the experience that you get out of it. Certain games you can play for a few minutes at a time and really enjoy it, like Tetris or I play
Hmm.
VR a couple times a day for 15 or 10-minute chunks, and I play this parkour game, and that's great exercise. But I also recently bought this little used TV. It's really nice for gaming, I think, in terms of like
Hmm.
what is it, fifth or sixth generation, like whatever PS2's in. But it's really nice for that. And while I'm editing, sometimes my brain just needs a break, so I'll turn up the PS2 and I'll do a few rounds in a RPG or something. But I really love
Yeah.
RPGs, but I feel like you have to play them on their time. So it's like, if you got 5 minutes to play, you can't play an RPG because you can't save whenever you want unless you're emulating.
Yeah. Hmm.
So I started playing.
Like
I was playing Grandia One last night. I put about an hour into that.
Grandia. Oh,
Yeah,
for PS1.
yeah, PS1.
Yeah, like I was trying to play Ocarina of Time. That's like my favorite game. And I don't know if I played it too much or normally with that game I never get old of it, but I couldn't get past the first like 15 minutes. You know what I mean? And it's been
Yeah.
3 years. So,
Just a heads up, we got about 30 minutes left, and
okay,
everybody
cool.
just focus on any questions you want to ask. Make sure you ask them, because I don't want to make it too
Yeah.
long. Plus, I'm gonna get hungry. So,
Mm. Yeah, I'm gonna go try to sort some food out myself.
best anime
Best
of
animated, yeah.
ping pong. I still
Go
haven't
ahead.
seen that yet. I love Yuasa. I just haven't seen it yet.
If you want another ping pong anime, there's one called Ping Pong Club from '95, which is like South Park, like South Park meets anime. So I would recommend that one. And then ping pong is like the gimmick of choice, you know.
Mar doesn't play games anymore. He got into Splunky for a while last month. That's it. Tales of Arise, the next big game. I'm hyped. It looks beautiful, but I just don't really have the time. And I think about games. It's like I've got so many games already on PS2, and gaming just isn't a priority to me anymore. Because it feels crazy. Like if I were to think back, my previous self from years ago would probably think I'm crazy for having bought a new graphics card and just not playing games with it because it just doesn't interest me.
Nah, Frederick, let him ask his question if you want. Frederick said, "Don't talk about live action anymore, please."
Have I seen Vatooms? I really want to watch that. It looks really good to me. I just got to find a way to squeeze it in with my schedule because there's so many like OVAs and stuff that go with it too.
Fahad said live action Rurouni Kenshin ended this year. The last one adapted Trust and Betrayal. It was great.
Any of you play Dot Hack on PS2? I have the one on. I have the games on PS2, but I also have the PC version of it, and I played it a little bit. I just couldn't get that into it.
Anyone seen Vote? Oh, Armor Trooper Vote. I want to watch that.
Yeah, it looks really good. Drax really likes it too, from what I remember.
Ping Pong Club was super raunchy, but in the best possible. I'm telling you, and it has a great opening, man. It has a great opening.
Well, I review Dr. Stone. Maybe it just depends on if I get. I heard it was really good. I don't know.
Yeah, I had actually heard it wasn't that. I heard because that year Dr. Stone came out. I think Promise Neverland came out, and Fire Force came out, and I remember Fire Force and Demon Slayer. I think not Promise Neverland, Demon Slayer and Fire Force. Those were the ones that stood out, and then Dr. Stone kind of dropped off. But maybe I'm wrong. Is the Pat Labor TV series worth what? That's actually my next Pat Labor I need to watch. So
I haven't seen that.
You and I both need to know. Have you seen any Pat Labor actually?
I've seen the first movie.
I'm sure you've seen the movie.
I thought it was alright. Yeah. I didn't think that much of it, but I probably need to rewatch it.
I don't know. Pat Labor has this thing where it's supposed to be about the character interaction. It's supposed to be like so there's a lot of slice of life that's mixed in. See, what you're trying to see this political mecha story play out, right? And then there's a lot of dialogue in there.
Yeah.
And if you go look it up, what people say about it, it's supposed to be the dialogue that's the focus, but it's not doing a good job. It just seems like it comes off as slow pacing as opposed to.
Yeah, it felt really slow to me. I remember.
That's.
It wasn't that long ago that I watched it, but I just remember it felt really slow, and the action and stuff. It was well animated, but it just didn't grab me. But maybe the other movies are better.
It's like you gotta rewatch it after you find out that, okay, they wanted you to pay attention to the characters interact with each other.
Yeah.
But it's trying to lure you with the mechs and so you get small little mecha battles that are great and cool action here and there, but it comes off as slow pacing though, even though they want you to pay attention to the characters. It's not a slice of life at all.
Yeah. What is the best anime most people have never heard of? What do you think about that?
Most people have never heard of?
Yeah.
I'll say it'd probably be like some OVA stuff, because as far as like a TV series or something like that, I feel like most people have heard of, all the TV series that are, there's some kind of cult following to most TV, so I think it would be more like an OVA. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not really worried about what people have heard of. I'd rather them watch it, so I'm just going to go with Legend of the Galactic Heroes for that one, because everyone's heard of it, but who's
people know about that.
Yeah, but I changed this question to comfort the answer that I wanted to give.
I'd say check out the Daichis.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
You know what I mean? The Daichis. No one knows about it, but I've
heard
good.
of it.
Like,
it
would if it was on 4Kids or something like that, it would have beat out all that stuff from that time, like Shaman King and One Piece and all that stuff that was on
Yeah.
TV, it would have beat out all of that. It's really good. It's really entertaining. Great character designs, great monster designs, great animation. But yeah, nobody knows about it. I saw like 400 people had it on their mouth.
Yeah, you'll find anime that like only have 400 people on the mall, but I comment about it, and everybody's like, or certain people are like, yeah, I know about that, I know about that. So I just assume everyone knows about everything, or most people know about everything. So I just think about what people have
Mm-hmm.
actually seen, because when you go
Mm-hmm.
to it on Mal, it's like 400 people have seen it. Maybe only 25% of those people have actually completed it, and you know,
True.
you got a lot of
Because
people that dropped it or something.
a lot of people have watched like an episode or two of Nazca, but have not watched the whole thing. You know,
Nazca of the
and a
Valley of
lot
the
of people.
Wind.
No, not Nausicaa. Nas. I
Na-
did a review for that one.
Nazca. Oh
Nazca,
yeah,
the
the
ancient Azteca.
yeah. I
Yeah,
have cells for that a viewer gave me. It's pretty cool, but I
yeah,
can't get into the story that much.
yeah. It was whatever. It was aspiring because that's not a mythology that usually gets adapted in anime
Yeah.
form. You know, the ancient Peru Incas. Like you never hear of anime like that.
I think they did
You
something
get
like that
it.
in JoJo, but there's not really any specific anime aside from Nazca.
Mm.
There's no greater feeling than finding a really good show that most people haven't heard of. Yeah, I really love that feeling, but whenever I post stuff, it's like people like, yeah, I love this anime. I've seen it like 6 times. I was like, whoa, I thought nobody heard of this, so I just never really think about that anymore because I feel like
Somebody said
everything's been seen.
Nadesco.
I've never seen
Mm.
Nadesco either. Have you?
Great anime, man. Great anime. Great opening and closing, particularly the closing. Great art style. I really like Nadesco. It's a parody of Mecha, but it's not as goofy and like it's not like Excel Saga. You know, Excel Saga is supposed to be like a parody. Well,
Yeah.
actually, it's supposed to be pretty extreme, but it's supposed to be like a parody, but it comes off very edgy and Nadesco is not take like Slayers, like how Slayers is like a parody of fantasy anime. But yeah, that's what Nadesco is for Mecha, but it doesn't go over top with the comedy. I don't like Dirty Pair. Well, I've only seen Dirty Pair Flash, which that's the one I think everybody says is horrible.
Who wants a remake of Akame Got Kill? I think they could do very well with the remake of Akame Got Kill,
Yeah,
but they did a
I
lot of
haven't seen
things
it.
wrong with it. Yeah, it's
I
pretty
haven't seen
nice because I mean you get characters that get killed off and everything, but they just don't do a good job of dealing with the deaths of the characters because they don't really react to it, and then the characters themselves just aren't that interesting.
it. Mm.
Magical Circle of
Lull in the
Guru
Sea.
Guru 2017. It's a great remake, but almost no one watched it. I do plan on watching that because I covered Dragon Half, and then people were telling me that I should watch that if I like Dragon Half.
Dragon Half was that one that was like so. Did it have that scene in there?
What
Now I
scene?
know that was a big meme. There's this scene where there's a guy in there that's like so like he did some stupid like singing thing and
Oh
it was a big
yeah,
meme at
Dick
one point.
Saucer.
Yeah, something like that, and it was the big meme at one
Yeah.
point, like 10 years ago.
Taiyo
My
no Ko Esteban is great. Have you heard of it? I've heard of it. I plan on watching it, but it's kind of long. Isn't it like 50 episodes or something? It's like some treasure hunting or something. I forget.
what's some of the anime you want to, and you guys too in the comment section, like what's some anime that you'd want to see come over to the West that hasn't come over? For
Everything.
me, it'd be like a lot of Macross stuff.
Oh yeah, but Macross
Yeah,
is kind
like
of
a
in
lot.
that legal, in the rights
Yeah,
war. Man, I'm
like
butthurt
I
over
love
Macross
Macross
still. Don't
7.
even
And,
because about they relicensed it, and then they're still not giving Macross its own thing.
mm,
like they're remastering it in house or something like that. And the Blu-rays, I don't know exactly. Like, don't quote me on what I'm saying about this because I haven't really thought about it in a while. But the Blu-rays exist and they look fantastic. But they're not taking that.
Mm.
Detective School
Like I'd love to.
Q. Have you ever heard of that?
That
I've
sound
heard
that
of it.
sounds familiar, but I've never heard of
Yeah,
it.
I've never seen
I've
it.
never seen it, and I can't give you any. I don't really have an image of it, but that sounds Detective School Q. That sounds. Well, I got a computer here, so
Yeah.
it sounds very chibi-ish if I remember. Yeah, you see, they look like little Detective School Q.
What
This
are
looks
some of
kind of
your
old.
Yeah? What are some of your favorite manga that don't have an adaptation? I would say maybe Parasite, but I don't know how that would even adapt to anime.
Parasite.
Yeah, not
Parasite
Parasite.
has
I'm
an anime.
homunculus. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said
uh,
Parasite.
I don't really read manga, so I can't tell you what manga I'd want to see. I'd want to see Battle Angel Alita get a proper full TV series though,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
not just, you know.
oh, No Longer Human. That had a great manga to it. 3-volume manga.
Mm. Oh, I'd love to see Pet
Right
Shop of Horrors get
there.
a full series.
Yeah, that would be
Um,
nice too, because that had a great, potential there.
I want to see the last arc of Rurouni Kenshin and Flame of Recca
Yeah,
in
they need to get
animated
on
form.
that too. How's Flame of Recca? I've never seen that. People say it's pretty nice.
Ah, it depends. I don't know. You might not like it. You personally because it's pretty shonen
I might like it. We were
ish.
talking earlier about Ippo, so I think I might like it.
Yeah, but this is not that. But Flame of Recca is not really. It's like Flame of Recca is like a 6.5 out of 10 Yu Yu Hakusho.
Ugh.
But what might save it for a lot of people is that it's very unique in its in its gimmicks as far as like it's a ninja. Like the main character is a ninja, but he's
Mhm.
not your Naruto type of ninja. He deals with the traditional ninja stuff from like the 1600s or whatever era that was, where they
Yeah.
use like certain weapons and they yeah. So that might save it with some people. And a lot of the styles of fighting that some of the characters use are just stuff you just haven't seen in any other anime.
That sounds
So
interesting, at least.
yeah.
I've been
So
meaning to check it out.
without turning you away from it, I could also say it could go either way for you. But check it out. It's from '97, so it's not but it looks like it's from like '91.
And No Longer Human had three
Actually,
episodes. Huh?
the same director did Yu Yu Hakusho actually. So
Should be pretty good then.
mm.
But No Longer Human had
I
the
cut
three
you off.
episode anime, and I didn't think I didn't. Well, one episode was actually following the manga and also the original novel, but the other two episodes weren't anything related. So I want a proper adaptation of it, either following the actual novel itself, because I read that
Mm.
that was pretty good, or the manga. I don't remember who the author was.
Which was this?
No Longer Human.
Okay.
It's a story of a guy who grows up to a rich family, and he looks really good, and he's very charismatic. But there's just something inside of him. Like everyone's drawn to him, but it's something inside of him. He just can't relate to humans, and he doesn't understand people. So he kind of just sees them
Mm.
all as like empty shells, and he just does things to manipulate them. And he goes through a lot of soul searching, and he is in the manga that I read, he goes through this phase of where he's just manipulating people. And there's this one part in the manga where he was I think he was dating this woman that had a kid, and he tried to like have sex with her or something like that while the kid was in the room just to see if he could do it. And she went along with it because she was so innocent and pure and loved him so much. But then he became disgusted with himself and left. Like that's right in the middle of it. But the original story of it, the first volume of it, is when he falls in love with this woman, and they're both melancholic, and they both try to kill themselves, and then he survives it, so he's got to live with the guilt of that.
Wow.
It's really dark.
That sounds like it would have a pretty serious or dramatic anime.
Yeah.
I could see it. Doesn't he shoot fire from his arm? Yeah, he does. What's your favorite 80s, 90s ecchi hentai? The closest thing to hentai that I've seen was a show called or an OVA called Junk Boy.
Junk Boy.
I think it's from like the late 80s or something. So, but I don't consider that to be hentai.
I've been meaning to watch that too. I was planning on reviewing that because people are comparing it to Golden Boy.
Junk Boy.
Yeah. Yes.
That's actually how I watched it. That's how I came across it. I came across it from watching Golden Boy. And I looked on my MAL because it's been like 5 years since I've seen it. I looked on my MAL and I gave it like a 9. So I'd like to watch it again. But then I've seen other people's reviews. I've seen other people's reviews, and some people gave it like a 3. Well, others gave it 8s and 9s. Others gave it 8 and 9 too. So
I watched. What was the name of that anime I watched the other day? I can't remember the name of it. It was the one, A Silent Voice. That was it. My mind went blank. People were giving that 1.
That movie?
Yeah, people were rating on MAL. Right? Like, some people rated it a 3, other people rated it a 1. I don't get it how that could possibly be a 1 for somebody.
Junk Boy was a fun watch. Yeah, see? I know. It's good. It's a fun little story.
Have we seen Drifters? I didn't really think that much of it. I really liked Helsing Ultimate, though. Have you seen Drifters?
Me too. I saw Drifters the first season back when it was new. I thought it was the whole Oda Nobunaga thing. I was kind of worn out from that at that point. Yeah. You know, the whole Oda Nobunaga.
That's crazy. We don't get like real samurai stories. There's so much amazing potential there. Maybe like why don't they want to just take the? Maybe they're just bored with it. Like why would I want to write a story about George Washington? Because I don't care. Because it's not interesting to me. But maybe to some people in some other country, maybe they would be more interested in George Washington than me. Maybe they feel that way about Nobunaga. Maybe I don't know. Because all the samurai anime that has like historical figures in it. Like if you look at Yasuke, well, Yasuke was it was pretty bad, but...
Oh, I was going to bring that up. Like, this is what they do when they're supposed to do it.
Well, yeah, that's actually... I can't really say that that's, the same result, because that's an American director who worked on that, American creator, with Japanese
I've never
animators.
seen a 1.
Yeah, you're not missing anything.
I've never seen a 1 out of 10, but I know they exist.
You gotta watch Super
That's
Kid.
what Drax said. And you gotta watch Garzy's Wing.
Garzy's Wing isn't that bad. Super Kid is
I thought it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Super Kid is worse. I remember when you first put that video out.
Yeah, it's like every single second of it is offensive. Oh, yeah. We get the most people of the entire stream right when we got 15 minutes left.
Believe it or not, I don't like a lot of Satoshi Kon stuff aside from Perfect Blue.
Mhm.
So I see somebody talking about Paprika down there.
Oh yeah, I love Satoshi Kon.
It looks great. It looks great, but it's just not for me.
Paprika.
Oh, actually, sorry, Perfect Blue and I liked Paranoia Agent also.
What do you think about Millennium Actress?
I didn't like it. I didn't like the setting, personally.
What's the setting?
I'm not the.
It's set in somebody's living room.
And it was the whole thing. It was like a whole recollection of her childhood, right?
Yeah, it was a recollection of her life.
I didn't like her younger self. The setting where her younger self was at, that lost me.
Yeah.
So at one point, I just started staring at the screen and not really interpreting what you know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta rewatch it, I think, because there's lots of it's loaded with tons of references. Like, well, it goes through her life, and it goes through how the things in her life are connected to the movies that she was in, and then the movies there's a layer deeper where it connects to like their references the Japanese movie. Like they have a Throne of Blood reference in there, for example, from the the 60s.
But I don't know that movie. but I don't know those movies, so
Yeah, I know them, so
like
maybe that's why I like it so much. It's got old
it
Godzilla
would
stuff,
miss me.
old Akira
Mhm.
Kurosawa stuff. Well, Throne of Blood wasn't Akira Kurosawa. That was.
Like when I started learning about the occult,
Uh-huh.
there was a lot of darker things like Silent Mobius and these different, and even a Digital Devil Story, like the
Mm.
Shimagami Tensei, little OVAs. Like I did, I think around the time we met, that was when I put those reviews out for those two OVAs, and they went over my head the first time I saw them
Mm.
because I didn't know anything about the occult and devil worshipping. I didn't really know anything about Satanism,
Yeah.
and then I just started watching stuff about, and I'm not into it or anything, but I started watching stuff about Aleister Crowley and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
So then when I went and I rewatched, I was like, oh shoot! Like this scene at the beginning of Tokyo Revelations, when this guy like jumps off a plane and the plane goes crashing into um I want to call it a transmutation circle, but it's
Mm.
it's really a pentagram.
Yeah.
Like he sacrificed those people on the plane to the demon, but I didn't know that the first time I watched it. So, and that enhanced my experience by me knowing what I'm looking at. So I see what you mean when you say like you know the movie, so it means more.
Yeah. It's just your
You know,
background on that.
it'll make you understand. I want to see Genocyber. I'm
Oh,
waiting. I'm just waiting on the DVD because I heard it's really crazy.
it's crazy.
I want
This
to see.
dude like rips his skull open and starts pulling his brain out.
Yeah, yeah.
I need to rewatch
A
it, but
certain scientific railgun. I want to watch Railgun because I've been hearing about it
I had bad
for
experiences with it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you didn't like it.
I was in an anime club and we met up once a week, and that was back when I was like really in my elitism phase of anime. And I sat down in there the first time they were watching Railgun. And it's like some schoolgirl stuff or whatever. That's what I was looking at, and I was just thinking, okay, I'll just wait until they finish it. And then after they finished it, they went on to the next season of it. And I was like, why am I doing here? And then I looked it up online. It's like 50 some episodes, or maybe 70 some episodes total, because it's like multiple series that link together. And they only meet up once a week, so it'll take like.
Flex. What's up,
So,
Flex?
yeah, it was a pain in the butt. But maybe it was just a bad experience. I think everything is probably not going to be that great. You just
It,
watch it once a week.
as I'm looking at this comment section, it just shows that some people like certain things and some people don't.
Yeah, it's
Is
all
what I'm seeing
subjective.
here, because this guy's talking about it gets better with every season, and another guy's like, it's such a disappointment after
Yeah,
two seasons.
somebody says it gets
And
better with every season. Another person says it gets worse with
mm,
every season. Just
so
depends on what they want.
it's just about what type of storytelling and what type of art style and what type of directing you like.
Yeah,
You know.
and also how you're feeling at the time.
Mm. Hey, Flex, you're gonna have to run this back because we're out of here in like 8 minutes. But
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna check it out one day. I haven't seen it, so you never know.
What's the most hated anime character ever? I don't think I really have a hated anime character that I can think of. Like, I just. Anything I hate about a certain anime, I just keep moving, move on to the next one. And I don't really
Mm-hmm.
think about it.
Real talk. Did I
Hey,
watch
Flex.
Mutafu? I don't know. I don't know that show.
Oh, motherfuckers. Or motherfuckers or something. That is a French animation. It's on Netflix, I think. Or it was back when I watched it. It's pretty awesome. It's got some great animation to it. And it's
Yeah.
also, like, got deeper meanings to it. It's pretty cool.
Mm.
It kind of reminds me of Tekkon Kingcrete a little bit. That's another good one. I gotta review that.
Oh, I have that over there. Tech on King.
Have you seen it?
Yeah,
What'd you think of that?
yeah. It's been a couple of years. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it.
I watched it, like, as
But
soon as I finished it, I started it over again. I loved it.
yeah, like see that, and it reminds me of another that I probably can't even think of right now. But it reminds me of another anime of that type of art style. Like I'm not into that type of art style really. Um, I'm not into Fooly Cooly and Dead Leaves and all that type of stuff.
Mm.
Nah.
Wow, you
and it gave.
remember the croissant-haired dude from Tokyo. Well, first of all, I'm surprised that you remember Tokyo no Tabibito, the time travel anime that I reviewed ages ago. And I'm also surprised that you remember that I didn't like the guy, but I'd totally forgotten about that. But I don't think I hated him. I was just kind of making jokes for the sake of the video.
Oh, Marcus, I was gonna literally bring this guy up, the yellow haired guy, in Demon Slayer. Yeah, I hated him. I remember talking in a group chat with my friends. I was gonna bring that up, but I was just like, I don't know his name, so I just left it alone. But yeah, I was gonna say the yellow haired kid.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure it was him in Demon Slayer. I hated him.
I
Captain
didn't think he was
Tyler,
so
I
bad,
really need
but
to rewatch it.
the
I
comedy that
really
they
need to.
have kind of ruined things for
Yeah,
me.
because it's supposed to be pretty dark. You know what I mean? Especially if you look at the setting.
How do you
Not that that
feel?
necessarily.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was pretty much done.
How do you feel when someone claims that art, including anime, can be objectively judged? Objectively factually good or objectively factually bad? Well, I mean, you look at an anime and see what it's trying to do and see how well it does that, but at the end of the day, it's all really subjective, anyways. And I think people take it too seriously. Just look at it.
Just watch
If you
shit.
watch it, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Just keep moving. And I feel like a lot of people judge anime harshly is a way to express themselves. So I think
Yeah, and
about like,
it's not about that. Just watch it. Like we needed. Sometimes I gotta peel back the layers and remember that there was a time where I was just collecting and watching this stuff and not doing videos.
yeah, that's the
So
secret
I
to
was
it.
really trying to get a good. I was trying to get a good experience out of this stuff that I was watching.
Yeah,
You know.
the secret to enjoying anime for a long period of time is just watch it like you're 15 or something,
Yeah.
or just watch it like
Yep.
you're still 20 or something like that. Because people take it too
Did you
seriously.
guys enjoy? Did you guys enjoy Captain Tyler? I remember enjoying it, but it's been a while. It's been a very long time, like 5 years.
I've never seen it, but I heard it was great.
You should check it out. It's good.
It sounds like something I'd really enjoy. Because I've had people tell me
Yeah,
about that.
it's more mature. Like and I hate like that I have to say mature and shonen and but realistically speaking, you know, yeah, you can read between the lines on that one.
Reboot of Fruits Basket. I want to watch that. It looks really nice. I like the original Fruits Basket, so I think I'd
I
really
was
love
gonna
the new
say
one.
I really want to watch the original one.
The
Hey
original
Bob
one's
and
nice.
Anime Back When. What anime would you guys recommend for someone who's not into anime but loves Avatar? Pretty much at that point, any kind of shonen or adventure
Full
type
Metal
of thing.
Alchemist, maybe.
Yeah, maybe FMA, maybe One Piece. If you want it to be more serious, more, then maybe even something like Now and Then Here and There. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now and
Yeah.
then here and there. That was good. Have I ever
Have you
read
seen Big
manga
O? I
because.
actually don't like.
Hmm?
Oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Big O? I want to watch that. I haven't seen it yet. Everybody's surprised I haven't seen it yet. But
Mhm.
reading anime because the joy prematurely ended. I mean, reading manga. I read manga, but I don't really read that much of it. It's just I prefer the aesthetic of anime. I like that it moves. I like that there's color. I like that there's music and voice acting and everything. And manga looks better, but it's just like panel by panel.
Someone said Blood Plus needs more love. If you like horror, give it a watch. I've seen Blood the Last Vampire. I was working on a review for it and I scrapped it,
Blood Plus is
but I
nice.
never seen Blood Plus.
It's pretty
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. I need to rewatch it. I haven't watched that in a long time. I had the bootlegs of it a long time ago, and it was awesome. But I need to rewatch it.
Why does older anime resonate with me more than the new stuff? Me too, man. But I try not to just look at it like old versus new. I try to look at it versus good versus bad.
I just think about what do you want to get out of anime, and then find whatever's doing that. Maybe it's possible that newer anime just isn't doing what you're wanting, or maybe you're just not looking deep enough into newer anime.
Yep.
Because there's plenty of good new anime out there.
Mhm.
Like I reviewed Odd Taxi. That was pretty good.
I think the communities that I have is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, although I don't know, like I don't know how I feel about YouTube, and you could have 1,000 subs, but only be getting like 100 views on your video. I never understood that. So, but as far as the guys that come to my live streams and comment on my videos and everything, I'm pretty good about them. I just wish it would grow a little bit more.
Yeah, it just takes a long time. It'll just
Yeah.
randomly take off and you won't even know it. But that's how it is. It's like I've got about 70,000. I'll get like 300 views on a video. But, it just all comes down to whether, you got the algorithm, but you also got whatever people are doing. Like, not everybody's spending every second of the day on YouTube. So they check
True.
YouTube, and then how often they check it, who knows? And then whenever they check it, maybe they see somebody else's video that occupies the homepage, and they are thinking about that guy's video more for that moment, and then they just forget or something. So it's a lot of different
Mm.
things. So I just work on doing the videos and just throw them into the hole of YouTube. I check the comments, but I don't really look at the views like that. Though I do check the algorithm, yeah, not the algorithm, but the analytics now and then, because me doing the videos every single day has really helped in terms of the overall
Mm.
views. But I don't feel bad if a video
Yep.
doesn't get that much views anymore.
Yeah. Because sometimes it takes some time and it'll grow a little bit. So you just gotta see. Do you live stream a lot? But yeah, I live stream usually once a week. Yeah.
Been a while since I've last been to a Bob stream, but lots of people kept saying to watch Megazone 23, which I now have in full. What did you think of Megazone 23? I've only
Haven't
seen
seen
like
it
the first.
personally.
I've only seen the first episode, I think. Can't remember,
Oh
but
yeah.
it was that first episode was pretty awesome. I don't know why I never finished it. Probably I wanted to
Mm.
review it and I held off.
I never saw it. I never saw it. If you like Fate Zero, you gotta. I don't like Fate, but
Yeah, I'm not a fan of
Karen no
Fate
Kyo
either.
guy.
I like it, but I just I like it in a way
And I know
that's considered a hot take.
apparently it was based off like a hentai novel or something like that.
Hentai. It was based was I wouldn't consider it hentai, but it was based off of a visual novel that had sex scenes in it. But I just see it as
Mm.
something like it's got the occasional philosophical quote, and it's got really nice visuals to it, and it's got some like historical characters in there if you're into that sort of thing. But I really don't think it's
Mm.
that deep of a series or anything like that, and a lot of people do.
I remember at the time, guys I used to talk about anime with, they'd just be all over that series at the time, and I couldn't see it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? To this day, I don't see. I don't know. I don't see what a lot of people see with some of these. And I see what they see. They see action, and they
Hmm.
see explosions and fighting. But
Yeah, I just look at the action for the most part. Any anime made you cry before? Well, what do you think about? Do you feel that anime makes you more emotional than people do, or it's the other way around?
it could depend on the show, really.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm talking about
Certain
like
people
peak.
could probably,
Like
yeah, definitely people have made me more emotional than
uh,
anime
with
has.
me, it's the other way
Actually,
around.
more people have made me more emotional than, but certain anime have took me up there,
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
with
Certain anime have took me up there, but more people have taken me up there than anime has,
with
and
me,
I'll
it's
say
the other
that.
way around. So I feel
Yeah.
like whenever I watch an anime that's a drama, it's like a slice of life or something. It's a very emotional experience for me. But it's just like it's so gripping because it feels like this is how human interaction is supposed to feel for normal people. I think, but I'm
True.
so into the anime. Then when I talk to people, I'm just like,
Hmm.
I love doing the stream and whatnot, but I'm a huge introvert, and if I was in a room with
Me
all the
too.
people in the chat, I don't know if I'd last 20 minutes.
Me too. Well, I could definitely last, but I prefer to just be down here
Yeah,
enjoying my content, enjoying my anime or working on videos or working on music or
yeah,
watching YouTube, and I'm perfectly content that way.
yeah.
You know what I mean? a lot of people would feel, like losers living the way I live.
Yeah, the same
But
for me too. But
I
it's all
really
subjective.
enjoy it. Hmm.
All right, closing statements. You want to leave another shout out for your channel? Let them know what you do
Yeah,
for the
man.
people who are new.
You guys could check me out. AnimeBackWhen, ANIME back when, all one word. Expect a review, a video every like couple of days, a week, 2, 3 days a week maybe. If not, I usually try to get something out once a week. But yeah, that's it for my channel. I'm on Twitter and Instagram also at the same thing. So yeah, and
Nice.
also, nah, I don't have anything else.
No?
I'll leave it there. No, I was gonna say something else, but I didn't really have anything to say.
Oh, okay.
You could
Well,
always run it back, FD. FD, you could run it back.
so I'll have a link. I forgot to put. I think I actually might have put you in the description. If not, whenever this goes live or whenever it goes up, I'll have your channel in the description. Go check him out. He does a bunch of anime stuff and other types of videos related to anime. And I want to say thanks to everybody for stopping by. I enjoyed hanging out with you, and thanks to the supporters who donated to the stream. I'll see you all tomorrow with my review of Macross. Do you remember love? So I'll see you then. Later.
Great movie.
Yeah,
Great
it is
movie.
great.
All right, man.
All right. Well, it's been fun.
See ya.
Thanks for stopping by.
See you guys.